Shalom is real. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai for allowing me to do another lesson. Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And there's no God beside them. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit. And salutations to the elect, whom the Lord have given ears to hear. And I wanted to kind of land back off of a lesson I did yesterday, which if you are part of Great Millstone, you should have done it too. A PSA, which stands for Public Service Announcement, against the YouTube handles GMS Somalia and Terrorists for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. They are not affiliated with us. And they're pretty much playing the role of the stumbling block. I'm here watching the Elder Apostle Gabar's lesson entitled "Be on Your Guard for Spies, Workers of Mischief." All right. So let me land back off of that. Quick hit. Real quick hit. According to the prophecies in Matthew 24 verse 9, it speaks on how we shall be persecuted. And now we see how it's coming to fruition. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai warned us in the book of Matthew 18, that this would be. So we are not to be surprised. We just should remain circumspect. And, watch the Apostle Gabar's lesson, because he brings out, how we ought not to accept every man into our house. Everybody's not Great Millstone. Everybody don't need to be on camera, that come past the camp and, maybe even have a good word to say. They don't need to be on camera, because we don't know the angle these, most of these people are coming in. So this is Matthew chapter 18, verse 6. But if you cause one of these little ones who trust in me to fall into sin, it will be better for you to have a large millstone tied around your neck and be drowned in the depths of the sea. What sorrow awaits the world because it tempts people to sin? Temptations are inevitable, but what sorrow awaits the person who does the tempting? Now that's the NLT, which is really pretty accurate. Because when you go to that same verse in the KJV, right, it says, verse 6, but whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he would drown in the depths of the sea. Now us over here at Great Millstone, we go into words. And this is just one reason why, because you can offend a person in many ways. But in this offense, it's specifically speaking on to put a stumbling block or impediment in the way, upon which another may trip and fall. Metaphorically, to offend, to entice to sin. All right, and we know these guys are paid agents, working for the man of sin, Esau Edom. And just like in Yahweh's time, like again the Apostle Gabar, he brought out, how they were false brethren brought in unawares, seeking to trip Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, or trip Yahweh Shai up in his walk. It's going to be the same with us. Well, as it says, woe unto you because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come. Right? So these traps must be set. But woe to them by whom the offense cometh. And as we just read, temptations are inevitable, but what sorrow awaits the person who does the tempting? Right? So, just some quick to the spirit, straight to the point, Salakia. What's that, Mark 12 and 13? It says, later the leader sent some Pharisees and supporters of Herod to trap Yahushua into saying something for which he could be arrested. Teacher, they said, we know how honest you are. You are impartial and don't play favorites. You teach the way of God truthfully. Now tell us, is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Should we pay them or shouldn't we? Yahushua saw through their hypocrisy and said, why are you trying to trap me? Show me a Roman coin and I'll tell you. When they handed him, he said, whose picture and title are stamped on it? Caesar's, they replied. Well then, Yahushua said, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give to God what belongs to God. All right. And we give this man respect as far as, following, paying taxes, doing things that are lawful in this society to do. Stopping at red lights, all that, But we do say that there's going to be a time where you're going to be taken out and Israel is going to come back into power. And when Israel comes back into power, the laws of the Bible are going to be set forth on the land. We're not saying that we're going to implement those laws, because if we were to implement those laws, we would be going against the powers of this place, as it is also written. What's that, Romans 12? Is that, no, Hebrews 12, Salakia. No, I'm sorry. Romans 13. That's what it is. Romans 13 and 1. Respect for authority. Everyone must submit to governing authorities, for all authority comes from God, and those in positions of authority have been placed there by God. And Apostle Paul is not speaking outside of his ass, whereas, he came in the spirit of Yahushua, and Yahushua pretty much said to do the same thing. Now, of course, everything has a balance. So it's not to, when they push the great enticement to sin, which is to take the RFID chip, we know that's where the line is drawn. Right? That's where the Lord is going to come back and judge all those that took it, which is the mark of the beast, by the way. So anyone who rebels, or the mark of the beast, better to say the mark of the beast, written up in Revelation 13 and 16, is an RFID chip. So anyone who rebels against authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and they will be punished. For the authorities do not strike fear in people who are doing right, but in those who are doing wrong. Would you like to live without fear of the authorities? Do what is right, and they will honor you. And there's been times where, brothers I'm sure most brothers that has come in contact with, the law when we were out there on the highways and hedges, especially for you brothers that have been in the same spot for a minute, the cops are pretty cool with us, man. They ride past us, they might walk past and say hello. All right? Because, we ain't bothering nobody, man. Nor are we teaching others, to be carnal. Like we always bring out, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Spirit to the pulling down of strongholds. And these are scriptures that you hear often, I'm sure, over these past few days, because this is something we truly believe in. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4, we use God's mighty weapons, not worldly weapons, to knock down the strongholds of human reasoning and to destroy false arguments. We destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing God. We capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey Yahweh Shai. Then the Lord is going to do the rest. As it is also written, I will destroy them with the spirit of my mouth, then by the brightness of his coming. Right? So we, walking in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, represent the spirit of his mouth. Then he's going to take it from there. With that, shalom to the elect.